What is up, you guys? Hope you guys are all enjoying your beautiful Wednesday. I took 2 trades today. I got a win, and then I also lost as well. So, I lost and then I won. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys through the trades I took today. The first trade, I got chopped up, and then it got stopped out. And then the second trade, the draw was very clear, and I took the trade again, and yeah, took profits. So I'm gonna bring you guys through those trades. Yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so coming into the morning, the first thing I noticed was that Asia and London session both sold off. And in London session, we had inverse this 4-hour fair value gap, right? And which is insinuating that we want to go lower in price. And I was talking in my Discord, and there was a lot of people that were saying, okay, previous Monday's draw, this sell side level was going to be tapped this week, and it looked like a very nice draw. And I was like, okay, sounds good. Like, I'll just wait for that confirmation. And Asia, we sold off. We didn't really rebalance too much, so we could have had a lot of room right here that could have been filled up. But London session was actually pretty clean in the downside. So what happened was London session had rebalanced this range, then sold off, then rebalanced a little bit heavier. We put this SMT in, right? So what happens when we take out London session highs and put in SMT is I'm expecting a New York continuation because we don't really have a buy side level that I want to see get tapped. Although Asia could have been a good draw, I thought that this sell side level and this sell side level down here were a good draw just because we had inverse this 4-hour and we were back inside of the 4-hour fair value gap in London session. And then this was market open, right? So we had started to show rejection out of this 4-hour inverse fair value gap to this sell side level to this sell side level. And before I wanted to see any type of longs or any type of buy or like get bought up, I want to see this sell side level get taken. But what happened was market open. We reacted basically off of nothing. We had a 1-minute SMT in this hourly fair value, or I guess this was a 30-minute fair value gap, but this 15 as well. We had an SMT that bought price up and basically didn't have a setup until up here. So I'll kind of bring you guys through that. So we started getting bought up and we invalidated all of these SMTs. We had like SMT, all that kind of stuff. And we just kept on getting bought up. So I was like, okay, yeah, shorts obviously aren't going to play out. Let's just see what happens, right? So what happened was when the 9:45 candle closed going into 10 a.m., we had inverse this 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm like, okay. Oh. We had inverse this 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'm like, okay, now what is my draw, right? Since shorts obviously aren't playing out, we still have the sell side level resting above or below us. I'm like, okay, what could longs be good for? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Asia highs. Asia highs is a great draw, right? I'll show you guys in the 1 minute exactly how I took my trade, but we had inverse this 15, 10 a.m. opens. We sell off back into the 15-minute fair value gap, and then we have an SMT right. Oh, here we go. 1 second. We have an SMT right here, and then I see my model, right? We're inside this 15-minute inverse fair value gap. The draw is clearly Asia highs, and then we have this inverse fair value gap changing state, my model, and then I take it to Asia highs, and what happens? We literally get chopped up. And I'll tell you guys why I got stopped out because I would have taken profits if I wouldn't have moved my stops. But what happened was I got caught up in this chop, right? There's really nothing going on here, but I'm like, okay, if we inverse this bearish fair value gap to go higher, to push price higher, that's what I'll go. I'll put my stops right here because I don't want to see price go below this level anymore. We already inversed. I want to see a nice push to the upside. And what happened was we got stopped out right here. And which is right here actually, which is totally fine, not a problem. I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'm like, all right, well, took an L in the day, and I'm like, I'm super confident in this Asia draw, right? I'm super confident, but what I need to see before I take another trade is an SMT and then my internal model, right? And then what happened was ES has sold off right after. So right after I got stopped out, ES had kept selling off, but NQ was lagging a lot, right? We were still in this range. But what happened was NQ sold off. We tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap. Hold on. Let me go to it real quick. My bad. We tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap. I'm like, okay, Asia's the draw. And then, oh my gosh. So then we had this huge SMT down from these lows all the way up here. Here had been our SMT. And then I'm like, okay, I want to see strong momentum up just to make sure, just to clarify that Asia is still the draw. And Right here we had our change in state and then our inverse fair value gap inside of here. And then I took longs right here and then we TP'd fully. So that was really like what I wanted to see. I was super confident in Asia being the draw after we had inversed this 15 and not shown any type of rejections before inversing this 15. I thought Asia draws was a very good, it was a very, very, very good draw just because all this low resistance liquidity we had to come up to Asia highs, right? We had nothing really to bounce off of. So Asia highs was the nice external draw in liquidity. So then we had an internal model to our external draw. And yeah, so we had one loss. We really got caught up in the chop. I mean, if I went to move my stops, this would have been a dub. But since we inversed this fair value gap, I don't want to see price draw back down to this level. So I set my stops to this low and got stopped out on this trade. And I'm like, all right, I'm super confident in the Asia being the draw. So as soon as we had this higher time frame SMT, we also had an SMT right here because NQ or ES took out this level and NQ had not. So that's also a lower time frame SMT. And then we see our inverse fair value gap, change in state. We even retest this change in state. You could have entered right here. And then we took profits. But yeah, that's really all I got for you guys. This is what a good day looks like, only because obviously we got chopped up, but being able to be like, okay, being reactive to price, right? And I feel like when price doesn't give you exactly what you were looking for, you have to be reactive and you have to realize, okay, well, obviously shorts don't look good anymore, right? We have gotten bought up really off of nothing, which is really weird, to be honest. But we had this inverse fair value gap. The 15-minute got inverse. So I'm like, okay, now what is our draw on liquidity, right? It'd be Asia highs. And we invalidated all these SMTs. There's really nothing to react off of price to go lower anymore. Asia highs is our next draw, and then we could maybe see a sell-off down to that sell side and this sell side, which is what happened, right? But yeah, overall, not the best day for my first trade. I literally entered. As soon as I entered, we started chopping, which is absolutely insane. We weren't even chopping that bad right here. And then we started just chopping. And then I seen this trade. I'm like, boom, perfect. And yeah. And ES was all the way down here. So NQ wanted to take Asia highs very bad. But that's all I really got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Questions, comments. If you guys do want to join my Discord, it's completely free. We have 99 members in there, soon to be 100, hopefully off this video. But if you have any like questions, comments, whatever, if you guys want to join my Discord, the link will be in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoy and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.